Hi, you winners, and welcome to a game called Robin. Now, this is about someone who has chronic fatigue syndrome, another invisible illness, or whatever you guys might want to call it, syndrome. It works. I know some people are uncomfortable with the word illness, especially if they just see it as another part of their lives. I know some people are like that with anxiety, and some people are like that with autism or Asperger's or whatnot. I see it as a part of us. It's just what makes us up. There's nothing we can do about it. So it's kind of fun to play these games that highlight those differences that we have. I've never seen a game about chronic fatigue syndrome, so I'm really curious about how this is going to be. I'll put a link in the description. There's supposed to be 3 different endings, so we'll see if I can get them. But otherwise, if I don't, you guys can play around with it. It's free to play. And on top of that, I really like games like this. So if you guys have suggestions on games about anxiety, about chronic fatigue syndrome, or about maybe even other things that I don't know exist or never would have thought that a game would be made of it, I like the short little lives to highlight these differences that we have. So this is called Robin. Also, a little bit of it is cut off. I can't do anything about that. I've tried deleting the game and re-uploading or re-downloading it, and it's still cutting off this little bit, and I don't know why. It shouldn't impact it. I've clicked around. I didn't read, but just to make sure text wasn't cut off in the game in the first few minutes, or the first minute, but nothing. So we'll see. But let's start. Oh, hello, doctor. So all your blood tests have come back. You really couldn't find anything? But why do I feel so tired all the time? Oh, I guess you wouldn't know. At least we have eliminated what it could be, I suppose. That's gotta be hard. Maybe it's all in my head. Or maybe I'm just lazy. Buddy. Feeling defeated, Robin decides to spend the long weekend at home to try to recover some energy. This is her weekend. Aww. So we're going to be playing her weekend. May 1st. Okay. So reading a book might make us sleepy. It's too early to sleep. Pick up clothes? Oh no, that uses energy. That's what I'm guessing that is. Water plants will use energy. Do some work definitely will. Oh, that's cool. It tells us how much energy we're going to use. Feed Robin. Oh, we should feed the bird though. We can't feed the bird. Oh no. We're getting tired. I'm busy. So you can't eat? What do you make something to eat? Why did it say busy? That was weird. Browse the internet. What's that difference between work? Oh, it looks like everything takes the same amount of energy except for sleep. Sleep will fuck us up apparently. Let's make something to eat. Let's both eat. That seems good. Okay. I like this little view and the little animations that this does. Wash dishes is gonna make us tired. We can wash dishes tomorrow. That should be fine. Browse the internet. Water plants. We can water plants tomorrow. Browsing the internet will actually make us tired. All of this will. I don't know why I'm surprised. We'll take a shower tomorrow. So let's read a book. Okay. Okay. I guess we could go to bed. Well, anything with the last of our energy. I'm too tired for that. Oh no, I'm too tired for that. Too tired. Okay. Too tired to do any of this. That makes sense. Okay, go to bed. There's nothing else we could do, so. You looked over at your unwatered plants. You shouldn't forget to tend to them this weekend. I wasn't planning on it. I was planning on it tomorrow. The foul smell of unwashed dishes kept you awake. Fuck. How is it that foul? Did you not rinse it? You'll have to do them soon. You sighed. It's been a while since you did some fun navigating on social media. You feel filthy. You're too tired to take a shower, and it feels gross. Great. I'm so bad at this decision-making stuff. You felt very guilty. You didn't do any of your work on your novel. You woke up feeling even more exhausted than usual. I feel like I have this, but it's not, I don't know if it's chronic fatigue because I only get like 5 hours of sleep a night. But I definitely don't have time to do everything I need to do. Okay. Oh no. Oh, we're doing the dishes. Well, wow. She just did it without asking. Did I take a shower already? I don't think so. Oh, you look so tired, hon. Okay. So I did the dishes. Let's take a shower. Oh, I'm busy while I'm doing something. Got you. That makes sense. Do we have to feed the bird every day, though? Shit. I don't want to... If I kill the bird, I'm going to be pissed. We'll water plants next. Oh, okay. Let's do it. Okay. Getting a little tired. We only have one more thing we can do. Should we eat? We should probably eat. Feed Robin or eat. I don't know how often birds eat. Pick up clothes. Do some work. You gotta eat. Oh, no. Fuck. We gotta eat. It's gonna keep us up. Damn it. I don't know. Decision is not my best suit. That made sense, right? Don't question me. Go to bed. Because there's nothing else that we'll have enough energy for. Robin chirps in disdain at you. You didn't tend to her. She sounds upset. The foul smell of unwashed dishes kept you awake. You sighed. It's been a while since you did any navigating on social media. Dirty clothes are piling up. Good thing no one's visiting. You glance at your backlog of books. Someday you'll get around to reading them. I just read yesterday. You're fine. It was still a tiring day. It was a tiring day still. My bad. Last day. Oh, I look so tired. Oh, because I ate. Gotcha. Okay. We're going to feed Robin. I guess that didn't count as tired, which is weird. There you go, girl. So I did... These are fine. I watered them on Saturday. They should be fine. We should eat. I don't know why picking up clothes. Like, it should... It'd be kind of neat if it actually, like, did how much makes you tired depending on what you do. Because obviously doing some work is going to be a lot more exhausting both mentally and physically than doing just pick up your clothes. Well, at least your pants. But get something to eat. I guess we should do dishes. And then we'll do the last thing. We're going to be upset we didn't take a shower. Yeah, wash dishes. There's not much else we can do. You're gonna feel gross. I don't want you to feel gross. Fuck it. Do it. Oh, it says like a little sliver. But I don't know why there's this gray here when that happens. When I do that. I'm not sure. Okay. Too tired for that. Go to bed. I think I'm too tired for everything. Can't eat. You can only eat once and feed the bird once. Okay. What's our fate? Been 3 days. You looked over at your unwatered plants. They're barely hanging on. How much do you have to water your plants? I only do it every couple days. You sighed. It's been a while since you did some fun navigating on social media. Your dirty clothes are piling up. Good thing no one's visiting. You glance at your backlog of books. You'll read them someday. You feel guilty. You didn't work on your novel. And just like that, the weekend's over. So, like, you really can only do 4 things in a day. Okay. Oh, no, I can't read that. Probably Robin is feeling down. She spent the whole week on chores, something things, and she still feels tired after everything. Something ever. She is well prepared for the coming week of work. Okay. That's good, right? Okay. That doesn't seem too bad. And it took about 10 minutes to do one. So yeah, that's my ending. Because I did that kind of with Samantha Brown. I just played what my decisions were. Link is in the description. Again, free to play. So if you guys want to try and get the other 2 endings, it's a fairly nice game in the sense of control. Like, I didn't have any problems with it. It didn't crash on me. That's always lovely. And I really like the art style. I love it. I actually really adore this art style. I want to draw like it, but I totally get how it can be like, I don't have time in the day for stuff. I definitely am like this, but I don't think I have a chronic thing. But I definitely feel tired all the time. I have more energy some days than other, but I'm basically relying on coffee. And not to say that like what I have is compared at all to someone who actually has a chronic fatigue syndrome. I actually just saw a Tumblr post that was from Golden Girls, and I think one of the women in it, I never saw it, so keep that in mind. I've never seen the show, but like she had talked to her doctor and basically called him out in a restaurant being like, I have this fucking thing, which was like fatigue. I think it was the same thing, chronic fatigue syndrome, and he had misdiagnosed her. And misdiagnosing is very dangerous for some people because she thought something was wrong with her, or she thought she was crazy, or like the doctor made her think she was crazy because she didn't know what was wrong with her. And that's what Robin was trying to point out was, how does a doctor, like, how it feels when a doctor can't figure out what's wrong with you, or wrong. I mean, I wouldn't call it wrong with you. It's something that you just have to work with. That's you, because it's not necessarily something you can cure. So I don't think if something's wrong, that's something you can fix, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. If you can fix it, it can be wrong. But if you can't do anything about it, then it's just the way you are. It's the way you were wired. It's the way that you've been. And it's just something you have to work on and constantly try to improve. I mean, we're all of us are trying to improve ourselves. We're all trying to grow. We're all trying to make ourselves as the best person we can be, in theory. So it's just something that, it's another obstacle that we have to work with, in my opinion. Because I have anxiety, I have dyslexia. It's two things that I've had to deal with my whole life. And I've been through depression for a short time when I was younger and in school. Like, this is all stuff that I have to work through. I've never thought of it as something wrong with me. Just something that makes up who I am. And it's just something that I work on. I've taken meds for my anxiety. And that worked when I needed it, but I did work my way off of it, and I don't take them now. I definitely see a difference, but that's just because that's at a point where I can get off them. Some people need them for the rest of their lives. It just depends. And then for my dyslexia, I can't do anything to help that. And like, this is nothing that can be cured about me, so I don't see it as wrong. My dyslexia, I've just gotten really good at working with it. I read things funny. I'll fuck up words. I'll misspell stuff. Pineapple. It's just who we are, and we've lived with it our whole lives. So, I mean, I definitely can see how it'd be infuriating for something like this, because you don't know what's wrong with you. Like, anxiety is fairly obvious sometimes. But chronic fatigue syndrome is something that's harder to get a handle on, because what's to say you're not just tired versus actually having a syndrome? Nothing's actually physically wrong with you. Like the doctor was saying, there are no tests coming back that's wrong with your body. So how are you supposed to figure out what's going on, or how are you supposed to work on it? So I can understand how that'd be completely frustrating. So, and the kind of the same thing happens to people with autism or Asperger's sometimes, especially Asperger's. I know tends to never get diagnosed when people are older and or in their adult life having Asperger's, because they may not have ever been diagnosed with it when they were younger. And a lot of doctors don't think adults have Asperger's. They think only kids do, which is the weirdest mindset to me. But okay, a lot of doctors think that. It just doesn't go away. But because someone grows up with Asperger's and has learned, and there are different degrees of it, but just because you didn't have it or you weren't diagnosed with it when you were younger, it's how you ended up working with it. And so you know how to function totally fine. And well, most of the time, people tend to just live with it, and they've learned how to work with their diagnosis of themselves, or they don't even know it their entire lives that they have it because they were never diagnosed with it because they then learned how to cope with it. But that's the same thing with the chronic fatigue. You end up coping with it and you don't know what's wrong with you, but you just have to deal with it. And then you're like, what's the best way that I can work on this when I don't know what I actually have? And a lot of people with Asperger's end up the same way. So yeah, if you guys like need help or need talking, I can only do so much, but it's definitely best to talk to a doctor. Sometimes doctors, I mean, they try their best, but there's only so much we can do with all of us having so many different things and so many reasons on why we're the way we are. But yeah, if you guys have some stories you want to share, I will read them. I always do. I just shared my stories and, you know, things I know. Went on the 5-6 minute rant about it, but I think it's important to talk about this stuff. We're all different. We all have these things. I think almost every single person I know has something that's diagnosable. So I'm always here for you guys, and just like you guys have always been here for me. So if you guys know of more games that are like this, that are like, let's talk about this kind of stuff that we all have, I love playing them. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little game. Again, link is in the description if you guys want to try and find the other 2 endings. Apparently I couldn't see half my ending because of the text, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next game that I play. So keep winning at life, guys. Bye.